What's going on, S2S fam? Listen, this episode of the Secrets to Success podcast is brought to you by our amazing sponsor, our longest standing sponsor relationship, Organifi. Get ready to unlock your true potential with their incredible products. If you're looking to take your health to the next level, I want you to meet Organifi, the brand that's revolutionizing the wellness industry. If your parents were anything like mine or your grandparents and they want you to eat those greens, eat them vegetables, listen, Organifi has solved that for us. Their flagship product, the Organifi green juice, is packed with superfoods like spirulina, chlorella, moringa, and it serves to boost your immune system and energize your morning. But that's not all, y'all. Try Organifi red juice for a refreshing pick-me-up. Packed with antioxidant-rich fruits, it enhances focus and ignites creativity. And when it's time to wind down, enjoy that Organifi Gold, a soothing blend of turmeric, ginger, and reishi mushrooms that promotes deep sleep and relaxation. Organifi sources the highest quality ingredients from organic farms worldwide, ensuring that their products are vegan-friendly, gluten-free, and free of artificial additives. Pure nutrition in every sip. And here's the best part. As a valued listener of the S2S podcast, you have a special offer, all right? Visit Organifi.com/success. That's Organifi.com/success. And use the promo code SUCCESS. And that unlocks for you a 20% discount on all their products. So don't wait. Start your journey to health today with Organifi. Organifi.com/success. Use the promo code SUCCESS at checkout and experience the transformation for yourself. Your future self will thank you.
There was I was just discouraged because I thought I was ready for every question that would come back at me. So the first question that came back, I was already lost and I felt like a failure because I didn't know exactly how to respond. He said, okay, so which one is the birds and which one is the bees? And I said bees. And he said, why? I said they have a stinger.
You ready? All right.
What's going on, world? Welcome to another edition of the Secret to Success podcast. I'm your host, CJ, joined as always by the Bayesian sensation, Mr. Carl Wesley Phillips.
What's going on, y'all? What it do?
And Dr. King is in the building. Dr. King, what's happening, man?
Man, I'm here, bro. I'm here, dog. Let's get it going.
All right, Douglas, you've been waiting to...
What you got?
I don't know. He got some paperwork.
This is recurring.
What is
Verifies
it?
recurring.
Okay.
It's recurring. State road and tollway authority.
Okay.
What state, though? What state is that?
It'd be a bunch of them.
Okay.
Wherever he travel to.
Yeah, let me see that.
If he in Georgia, if he in Miami, wherever he go.
Oh, yeah, let's say Georgia.
It comes to Michigan. Let's just say that.
Let's say Georgia.
90% of them come to me, 10% of them come to Carl.
So, all right, this is true. This is what happened.
We are clear that it's true.
Yeah, no.
They got a picture on
Oh, it's always. Now normally it's the caddy. So I'll be confused because I'm like, oh, what's that? Who? I didn't have my caddy here.
Yeah.
What's that? And then I look and I see C-Face high. You can see C-Face high. And then
What are you doing? What's he doing?
Because he don't care. Like, he ain't tripping that.
No.
Doing it. Yeah, he's just like,
No, let me tell you something.
Yeah, you don't feel like stopping.
Well, I figured this out.
He figured it out.
It's cheaper for me to run through the tolls than it is to sit in traffic. This ticket ain't but $27 to sit in traffic for an extra hour.
Can we go back to like 2019 and 18? Here, I see you used to talk
about money.
Oh, bruh, now I see it's just like everything about him now is just
2019. No, you gotta take it back further than that for $27.
No, I'm saying, bro, you was on one bedroom shack back in 2019.
2018, 2019.
Yeah, you was on one bedroom shack.
I'm saying though, I want to say this. It probably was me.
It was.
But
it was.
Why they only got half the picture of the plate?
That's the
So
first
now I'm
time
gonna
they've
send
ever
this to our
done it.
local, our resident police officer.
Now, this is the first time they've done that.
Hold on
They usually
now.
usually had a full boy, Ma.
Ma?
But you know what it is, Ma? They got him so
Carl,
much
they
that they just ain't worried about it now. They like, that's him. They ain't even worried about it now. It's like,
that's suspect.
Are these the last three of your plate?
Yeah.
Here's the challenge,
But
though.
you don't know if
Does
that's
that
the
look
first?
like a Cadillac?
No, that's the
Tesla.
Okay. I'm gonna say that's not
He got a new car to get a ticket in now. He just get them in all of them. It don't even matter.
I'm like, wait a minute.
What
Let me
happened
see
was,
something.
he right. This one, he ain't got TSA pre-check.
Yeah.
But he probably still here because they know, they got him.
Okay, hold on.
But Maul, I'm gonna have to be honest with you, Maul.
Yeah, Maul, can I fight that?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be.
Well, normally
we already
when you
paid
click on
for
it, normally when you click on it, they show like a little 2-second
Yeah, we already
video.
paid for it though.
So it's like an actual video clip.
Yeah, we paid for it already because we just thought it was his without even knowing.
Oh, really?
No.
Because he don't have nothing to do with
But you
he's
might
not
be
in the
able to-
process.
Yeah.
He never in the process.
Okay,
It just
so
comes
he just do it
to
Okay, I'm just
it
trying
come
to
to our
think of-
house.
Okay.
Yeah, so he don't. Not only does he run through it, he ain't even got to take
So
care
why
of it.
Georgia send
Because it's registered in
the company?
It's a company
company.
card.
Oh, I got you.
So it comes
So
to
they
the
come.
company.
Okay, that makes sense.
Now I'm gonna be honest. I must confess.
Okay.
He helped me to see it was only $27
Yeah.
because Didi had me not focus on the $27. She had me focus on we have to physically do this for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like because I don't do it. Didi opens up the mail. She gets
So
it.
is Georgia like Illinois, where they don't even have some of the tolls, don't even have lanes no more for you to pay?
No,
Like,
it's
some of
not
us-
like that. No, they had a lane for me.
You know how like
No,
some of the tolls, you just
they got a lane.
They got
for
a
me
lane.
to pay.
Okay, I'm trying
He
to
don't feel
help
like
you.
he don't feel like
He just don't think it's
he don't
important.
feel like going
Yeah.
through.
I keep trying to tell y'all I'm a sovereign citizen. Y'all not listening to me, bro.
But it is.
I don't have to follow
Maybe
the-
a Tesla just drive through.
I don't have to
on his
follow
own.
All
the
those cars
rules.
just drive through. All of them drive through.
It's the self-driving.
All right,
It's a
all of them.
self-driving problem.
Yeah, all of them.
I don't have to follow them same
Yeah,
rules.
and he
Y'all-
don't, but I have to because
now
it's in the
you gotta-
company name.
right.
And I'm not going to be sovereign. I'm going to have to pay the late fee
Y'all done-
Yeah.
on the late fee on the late fee,
Y'all
so I
done
have to pay it on
And you
time.
gotta go to the post
Y'all
office.
done let the white man punk y'all into paying for tolls. Y'all done let the white man bully y'all into paying the toll.
That we have.
You know what I'm saying?
That we have. Yeah.
Man, how's everybody week?
We doing
everybody
good. But once we make payment to
The state of Georgia.
State Road, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring all 20 of them jokers in one day, Maul. Because this isn't. You're not getting it in this context. But when I show you
take
all
it.
of them on the, I can like a paper. What is that called? Wallpaper. One of my bathrooms with all this stuff.
Yeah. I do want to know though that I'm not. Why they only got half the plate?
Yeah.
See, he got one of them.
Let me see that. Let me see that.
One of them, Maul. I can show
I'm
you the
saying
other 30,
that's
Maul.
half a plate.
I can show you the other 30 that
It
look like.
wasn't. It's not true. How do you know it's your fans?
8:33 a.m.
Yeah.
At what time?
I need to call my wife. 'Cause look, here go the thing. That's what I was doing when y'all was talking, right?
Yeah.
So I was just going through my phone.
To see the time.
Shoot. Now this say I'm in the sauna. I had probably sent Toby and Boss. I'll be
7
sending
a.m.
workout and sauna pics. 7 o'clock a.m.
Oh, this
But that's
is-
not helping me because that's 8:30 a.m.
You can't go. You ain't got no picture.
The next one is 7:08 p.m.
Oh yeah, use that.
I tried to exonerate myself. I tried. I thought I had
If it don't
DNA.
fit,
I thought I had
must have
forensic
quit.
evidence. Shoot.
I feel like his attorney. Yeah,
What
it was you.
what toe was I on? See now okay, so on my only challenge with this one is half a plate, and two, usually I know when I'm out here, but I don't even remember this.
What day of the week is that?
June 8th?
Yeah, check that date.
Okay.
What day is that?
What does that mean?
I don't know.
And
Let's
we
see.
could just see, we
I don't have
figured
no
out, we
9
could
to
see.
5 or nothing. So
You could be on your way to
June 8th is
I feel like I'm
Next level
watching.
Speakers
Hey,
Academy.
I feel like I'm watching first.
Like, what would you be
right
doing
now.
a Thursday that early?
right. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, nobody was in school.
Thursday.
Hold on,
Did you
was,
go
I,
for
was,
coffee?
I, was I in town with you?
Did you go for coffee? Go to trains, pick train up? Did you go?
Train lived 2 seconds from here. I ain't getting no toll.
Maybe for coffee? I don't know.
Okay, yeah, no, I need to see. Yeah, state of Georgia, y'all might be on cap with this one.
Yeah.
And like I said,
And we normally get them in Miami or something like,
Right.
and it's like huge, like his face, the car. This is the first time, but
You
uh-oh,
was
got
with
him.
I was in the car with you.
were you?
Incriminated.
Yeah, Mom was in the whip with him.
I was in the car with you.
Okay.
I'm like, June 8th, what was going on?
Oh, see?
I told you, next level speakers.
Next
Academy.
level speaker academy.
Didn't I say that, Carl?
He
This
did.
is when we
That's
went
what
to
I did.
Jerry's
Yes.
I said next level speakers
I
academy.
think I remember when you ran the toll.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, I was with you. And then we was
went to go do the podcast.
Oh, yeah, dang.
I told you. I knew. I said he had to be. There's nothing
Oh,
else
yeah,
he's
12.
doing.
Yeah.
If he's not going to the airport,
because this is when it was
that's
over
what he's
with.
doing.
So we recorded like 6 podcasts. that day.
That's what it was. Next level speakers
Next
academy.
Level Speakers Academy, dog.
Yeah.
Yep, me and you was in the
Podcast.
No,
car.
you did. That's good, E.
Yeah.
Okay.
the
You remember
detective
me
work
running the
still in
toll?
you.
I do. I remember literally you was
I
like,
really want this thrown out. I was with the police. How you gonna give me a ticket and I'm with the police?
that's crazy.
That's why I did it.
Evidence is right here,
It's
dog.
all right there, bro.
Dang. Look, see?
Told you.
See, God don't like ugly, Mar. You was with me.
Hilarious.
Guess who going to jail tonight? You know what I'm saying?
Is hiring challenging? Yes. Do you love a challenge? Also yes. You need a hiring partner that can help you rise to the challenge. You need Indeed. Indeed is the hiring platform where you can attract, interview, and hire all in one place. Instead of spending hours on multiple job sites searching for candidates with the right skills, Indeed's a powerful hiring platform that can help you do it all. They streamline hiring with powerful tools that help you find matched candidates. With their Instant Match program, over 80% of employers get quality candidates whose resume on Indeed actually matches their job description, and it happens the moment they sponsor a job, according to Indeed Data US. And let me say that again in case you missed it, right? Indeed does all the hard work for you. They show you candidates whose resumes on Indeed fit your description immediately after you post, so you can hire faster. And even better than that, Indeed's the only job site where you can only pay for applications that meet your must-have requirements. According to Talent Nest 2019, Indeed is an unbelievably powerful hiring platform, delivering 4 times more hires than all the other job sites combined. Join more than 3 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. Start hiring right now with a $75 sponsored job credit to upgrade your job post at Indeed.com/success. Offer is good for a limited time. Again, claim your $75 credit right now at Indeed.com/success. Indeed.com/success. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
All right, y'all. I gotta have a little man talk, if y'all don't mind. Now, so Trey is 4th grade.
Yeah.
He's starting to watch like more, like not adult, but just like teenage. Like So we did Fresh Prince, and now we're doing Family Matters. So that's because he got it's a very suburban experience.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to.
Yeah, no question.
I want to expose him to
those are the two.
Like, bruh, I get Naruto and all of the anime and all of that.
Yeah.
You're gonna watch Fresh Prince. This is where I learned to be cool, right here. You know what I'm saying? This is where I learned Family Matters. It's just, so we're going through stuff. So
I miss Family Matters.
Yeah, Family Matters was phenomenal. Yeah. So as we're going through all of this stuff, different topics coming up. Yeah. Just things. And now Trey, he wants to, he's at that age where he's smart enough to know what everything is, and if he don't know, he want to know. When you're younger, like maybe Avery age still even, like 6, 7, you kind of just let it ride. Like, I ain't get that, it's over.
Yeah, it's a hassle.
But he been kind of, you know what I mean? So I was like, all right, cool. Let me, I've been thinking about, I need to talk to him. Just, have these conversations. So then, of course, I went to the lake with Dr. Downs and his wife. So shout out to Adam and Carly. Appreciate y'all having us at the lake. And they were saying that they had the talk with their daughter a year prior. She's a year older than Trey. So I said, maybe it's my son. I've been thinking about this. So we're going to have a talk, birds and the bees. Now, I've never done this before. This is my first time being a father, believe it or not. Trey is my oldest, so here we go. And he's a boy. I'll let Candace handle Avery. Like, y'all take care of that. But it's my job as a man to have the birds and the bees conversation. Although I don't know if I ever had
the birds and the bees.
Yeah. I think I just was watching Cinemax on the lawn.
So that's what I'm saying. You have had.
We had a week free of Cinemax. Nobody knew. And now I was like, this is how we get.
Yeah,
I think I watched Dolomite.
Dolomite. Yeah, that's.
I think I
you got PhD, but you got baptized
by fire.
A cigarette. Oh.
So I was like, did you have it yet? No? Okay, cool.
I've been flirting
Jordan,
with stuff,
Trey,
but not like the legit, let's sit down.
Yeah.
and
So
talk.
so I'm like, you know what? I communicate for a living. This can't be that hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I do. I talk. So it waited perfect timing. The girls was upstairs doing hair. Me and Trey on the couch. We was watching shout out to Steph Curry and Toby. right? Steph Curry documentary came out. Toby had the soundtrack joint to it, Little Fish, Big Pond. Go stream it if you have not already. And we was watching the documentary. And I just paused it, and I was like, hey, we need to talk about the birds and the bees. He was like, all right, what's that? And I was like, boys and girls. And I was like, and I also was thinking like, shoot, like I don't want his friends to tell him and then he'd be walking around with misinformation, right? So I said, we'd talk about the birds and the bees. So he's like, all right, cool. So I said, do you know how babies are made? Now, I don't know if I'm doing this right. I probably should have read up first, you know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah, chat GPT.
Yeah, I probably should, right.
You know what I'm saying?
AI,
Can you tell me
AI father. Just talk to Trey real quick.
No question.
So I was like, do you know? He's like, yeah, I know how babies are made. I said, oh, this is gonna be a breeze then. I said, how? He said, you got to kiss for a really long time.
Oh, 100%.
I said, okay, you getting there, you know what I'm saying? So I said, all right, cool, let me just talk frank. I said, no pun intended. Carl got it.
Stupid.
So I said, what do boys have that girls don't? So he was like, yeah, they have a penis. And I was like, okay, cool. And girls, he was like, yeah, they have vagina or, whatever. I said, good. I said, so.
You start with a kiss.
Every kiss begins with K.
Every kiss begins with K.
I said, this, it goes in.
Yeah.
Some comes out and babies are, made and, and he was like, he was in thought, for a while. And then there was I was just discouraged because I thought I was ready for every question that would come back at me. So the first question that came back, I was already lost and I felt like a failure because I didn't know exactly how to respond. He said, okay, so which one is the birds and which one is the bees? And I said bees. And he said, why? I said, they have a stinger. But he was like, well, birds, like you got male, I was like, never mind, don't call it the birds and the bees no more. I said, that's just an expression. So I was 0 for 1. So then I explained it to him, and he was like, okay, cool. And part of me, like I said, I did want him to know, because again, your body's starting to change, you're starting to have feelings, girls starting to develop, stuff like that. I was like, you need to know, especially being at school and all of that, you wrestling around, y'all fighting and playing and doing all of that stuff, like trying to, whatever. So 0 for 1 on the questions. So he's like, okay, I think I got it. Trey's a mature kid. So I could see him thinking, his wheels were spinning. And so I was like, you good? Anything you want to ask? I was like, basically, I just wanted to open up the door for conversation so that if you got something real you want to talk about, just come to me. I'll tell you the truth about everything, going on. So he's like, all right, cool. I had no questions. Like, that makes sense. Like, cool. I was like, all right, cool. And listen, don't talk to none of your friends about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this is not for, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, we probably should have put a bumper on this, just in case, parental advisory, in case you rolling around with little kids. But I was like, any other questions? He was like, no, I'm good. So, boom, hit play, boom, back on the Steph Curry doc. No harm, no fouls, 0 for 1 on the birds and bees question, but hey, we back. All of a sudden, he like, Dad, wait a minute, pause. I was like, what's up? Here's the second question I was not ready for. Yeah. He was like, how long do you have to leave it in?
Wow.
I was like,
it depends on who you're talking about.
Get you in the mood. This is what I do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah.
I was like,
About that.
Wow.
I was like, he was like, I said,
Great question.
That's why I said, I just said it depends. And he was like, on what? I was like, well, when you're finished. He was like, well, how do you know when you're finished? I was like,
Your toes curl.
Listen.
That's when the substance.
Look.
That's when your toes curl.
That's when the substance.
You in the 4th grade. We had a level 4.
Yeah, that's
you asking level 8, 9 questions right now. I said, don't worry about that. Just worry about. So anyway, that was my experience with the talk, birds and the bees conversation. It wasn't the smoothest, but
it happened.
It happened.
You executed.
And
Would you say the giant?
Slade, no, it's still, he's still
around.
I'm saying,
he's never asked up to this point though.
Well, he's said stuff like, okay, so he was asking me, he was watching Family Matters and was like, what's a virgin?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause he said one of Eddie's friends was a virgin, and they were teasing him about being a virgin. And Trey, oh man, God bless him, he's such a good kid. He's like, Dad, why would they tease him about being a virgin? But he said he wasn't married. And I was like, because after I told him, now he's starting to put it together, right? Yeah. And I was like, exactly. He was like, man, if you have sex before you get married, that's just disgusting. I was like, exactly.
Praise God.
Exactly. I was like, it's trifling.
That same energy.
It's trifling, it's disgusting. Don't you ever.
Don't you love it when you're working with someone who just gets you? That's exactly how we felt when we wanted to start our online shopping store and we discovered Shopify. It was like they read our mind and said, say less. Shopify understands the needs of entrepreneurs like us, and they have the perfect solution to help us thrive. Shopify is the e-commerce platform that's revolutionizing millions of businesses worldwide. Whether you're a garage entrepreneur or IPO ready, Shopify is the only tool you need to start, run, and grow your business without the struggle. With Shopify, you're in control of every sales channel. Whether you're selling satin sheets from their in-person POS system, or if you're offering organic olive oil on their all-in-one e-commerce platform, they've got you covered. And here's the best part. Shopify has an incredible range of education-themed offerings too. Picture selling strange science kits, hawking historical handbook, or any educational themed product you can imagine. Shopify provides the platform to showcase and sell your unique products to eager learners worldwide. And it doesn't stop there. Once you've reached your audience, Shopify's checkout experience is unbeatable. It's the internet's best converting checkout, transforming curious browsers into enthusiastic buyers. So if you're ready to experience the power of Shopify and take your online store to new heights, it's time to join forces with them. Shopify has revolutionized countless businesses worldwide, and now it's your turn to be a part of that success story. They empower you to take charge and achieve your entrepreneurial dreams. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/secret to success. All one word, secret, T-O, success. All lowercase. So again, go to shopify.com/secret to success to take your business to the next level today.
See, I appreciate this because I know my son already asked me. He like, probably about, several months ago, said, Daddy, like, where do babies come from? I said,
they've been asked that question.
But I said, come from mommy's stomach.
Yeah.
And he said, how did I get in mommy's stomach? And I said, I put you there. And then he was like, he paused a little bit and said, all right, you prayed for me and God.
Oh, no doubt.
And then God, I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah.
No question.
Exactly.
So we didn't go deep though.
Yeah.
Oh no, I told my kids you came straight from,
Yeah.
from the promised land. I had to let them know. You know what I'm saying?
This is what I do.
Anytime you get out of
Get
line,
you in the mood.
I remind you.
Tamisha teaches child development. So a lot of times she's doing slides,
Real
that kind of
development.
stuff. Like, so she teaches
Oh yeah, that's what
this.
Carly did. She was like, she had a whole handbook. She had all kind of
showed
slides.
pictures and stuff?
Oh yeah, they did the whole thing.
So, and it's weird, and I'm
She a
saying,
they doctors. You know what I'm saying? They like they don't be into all of that. Like it's funny. It's like it's anatomy. You know what I'm saying? Like
with Jordan, I have to be more specific because Jessie sat down and went through the presentation with her mom, understood, asked questions. I'm talking about like it ain't that deep. But Jordan, I've teased him his whole life, joking like, yo, when you turn 11, 12, bro, what you think is cool now? Like I always flirt with stuff like that. But he is not, he keeps stuff in. So I know he's a super smart kid and he's thinking, but I haven't had the direct conversation with him. He's been around it, exposed to it, but I haven't had a direct conversation with him.
my thing was, like I said, it was just to the age where, boys, the 4th, 5th grade, stuff like that, you start hearing stuff, you start thinking, I'm like, dog, I just want you to know from me, 1, here's the truth, and then 2, I want you to know that it's not like awkward. You can come talk to me. Like we can have a conversation. I'll tell you anything you want to know. Like if you hear something in school, if your boys are saying something, if you hear girls saying, like whatever you thinking, come to me and have a conversation. So I open the door for that. And I feel like, every year we have more and more conversations, but this conversation was more so like, hey, this is what's going on, and keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
for
Like,
sure.
because it's just that age. You know what I'm saying? So that was the experience. So.
But does anybody know where the birds and the bees came from? Because I don't have no context.
Are the
for
boys
it.
the birds or the bees?
I don't know.
Did it?
Yeah.
What the birds? The birds and the bees. Which one's the boys?
I always thought it was
She don't
the
even
bees.
know. That's crazy.
I don't even know where that came from.
Yeah,
We just
That's what I
heard
said.
it.
That was his first question. Was like, which one's the birds? Which one's the bees?
No, one landing and one stinging.
Yeah.
Just to answer that question, because of the different sexual orientations that's going on.
Oh yeah. We just talking about the basics. Don't take it.
1970.
Yeah.
How would you have responded in 1978?
Oh yeah, you get canceled for what you did in 1978.
Right.
Don't go back that far. But yeah, okay, D. So we don't. So I feel better because I'm not the only one that don't
I
know.
don't have a clue.
They say let's talk about the birds and the bees. Where that don't even make sense. Birds and bees don't even. You know what I'm saying? They don't even. It ain't like.
Is that Jada? Oh, hold up now. We hadn't even got to that yet. I didn't know she was up there. We hadn't even got to that yet.
Close your ears.
Hold up, let's pull back.
Oh.
Okay, we'll switch up the topic.
This episode of the S2S podcast is brought to you by BetterHelp. In today's fast-paced world where life seems to have hit the fast-forward button, we're all juggling a whirlwind of decisions from work to relationships to family, and let's be real, sometimes those decisions can feel like you're trying to navigate through a maze in the dark. There's this saying, life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. How true is that? Sometimes in the middle of all this hustle, we come across those moments where the path ahead isn't crystal clear. We've all been there, facing tough choices that keep us awake at night. But here's a thought. There are times when we should reach out for help instead of trying to brave it alone. Enter therapy, the powerful tool that equips us with positive coping skills, helps us set those much-needed boundaries, and empowers us to be the best version of ourselves. And guess what? Therapy's not just for those who faced a major traumatic event. So here's the scoop. If you're considering taking the step toward therapy, I've got a game changer for you. BetterHelp. With life's crazy pace, BetterHelp is your partner on this journey to self-improvement. Picture this. A therapy process that's fully online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and customized to your schedule, and it starts with just you filling out a simple questionnaire. BetterHelp's magic then matches you with a licensed therapist who's right for you. And the best part? If you feel like switching things up, you can switch therapists at any time and it won't cost you a dime more. Don't wait to make that decision. If you're considering therapy, why not give BetterHelp a try? Take advantage of their seamless process, perfectly tailored for your busy life. Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/success today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/success.
You know what I'm saying? And okay, all right. So I wanted to go back to something you said. Where were we at? I'm trying to think of where you were speaking at, E, when you said you were talking about like financial freedom, right? And you said something, and I just wrote it on my phone, and I was just like, wow, bruh. You said they don't have a different gas pump for Christians.
I wish they did.
Wouldn't it be easy?
Bruh, when I heard that, I was like, I don't know why that just hit me. Like, it hit me. Like, and maybe it was just a sermon. I was just like taking notes while he was preaching or whatever. But, bro, you said they don't have a different gas pump for Christians. And I was like, yo, and it hit me. And then it was funny because, like, I had a homie that hit me and was just like, yo, I'm just, going through it financially. And, like, bro, I don't understand, dog. I'm in my word. I'm doing my thing. And I was like, And it was funny because, like, right after that, you had preached that and said, you know what I'm saying, God don't have a different gas pump for Christians where you roll up and swipe your Christian card and you just get to fill up and keep going.
Or pray.
Yeah, or pray.
And just fill up.
And you know, I wanted you to just expound on that. I know you did in the sermon, but they may not have seen it. But on the pod, I wanted you to be able to bring that to the people and really talk about, like, talk to those people out there who hurting because they feel like I'm in order, right? Because I've been talking a lot about order with a lot of the young cats that, you know, Boog, you know, a lot of, shout out to, you know, Jamil and all of them, just like about doing things in order. You know what I'm saying? Just like, and I think that was one of the biggest things. Somebody asked me like, what did E teach you? And I was like, yo, E really taught me order. Like how to get my life in order. Like I was already a good dude. I wasn't had no bad character or nothing like that, but I was out of order in some areas. And so once I got order, I felt like that's when I was able to go to another level, right? Even to be the leader, I wasn't using my charisma and all of that as well as I could have because I was out of order, because I was with the ladies or, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever I was doing with my superpowers. And E got my superpowers in order and then boom. And so E, what do you say to the people who are saying like, yo, I'm in order, right? Like I'm doing, like I'm put God first, I'm married, I'm handling, I'm checking the boxes, right? I've checked the boxes, but my account and the things that I thought I was gonna have still don't look the way they should look. Talk to those people, because I think we spend a lot of time on the pod talking to people who not handling their business, they're not executing, they're not doing this, they're not doing that, they're not having faith, this person telling me, yo, I got the faith.
Right.
It just ain't happening for me. Yeah. So what would you say?
I'd say I think we make an assumption that because you were in order in a couple spaces, you were in order. Mm-hmm. Like we make that, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I say all the time. It's like my whole life, you know, I've been doing cardio. So I don't think I ever went, you know, a year where I wasn't walking. Like I might not have been running as much as, but you know, y'all saw my thing. Carl tell you I was out there with his pops. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting 15,000 steps in. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never not done cardio. But it wasn't until I started running with people who were in the health industry and realized, oh, you gotta do resistance too. Oh, and you could do cardio and resistance. You ain't about to lose your gut because you're doing cardio and resistance. Like the older you get, your metabolism slow down. It's your diet. You feel me? So I never knew. And you know, but I ain't gonna lie. I hear him talk about the 3. That's cute. But when I was in my 20s, I could eat what I wanted to eat. And it didn't do nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Hit 30s, 40, it started shifting. So I think the mistake I made as a Christian is, okay, I go to church regularly. I went to prayer meeting. Yep. I went to church. I didn't drink. I didn't smoke. I wasn't selling dope. Right? So I made an assumption that God was going to bless me in every area because I had those areas together. But that's just like somebody thinking because you do well in math, you automatically do well in reading and writing. Right. Like those two don't have nothing to do with each other. Wow. Reading, writing, comprehension has nothing to do with math. You could be dope in math and you're probably not going to be as strong in reading and writing. Or you could be strong in reading and writing and you're probably not going to be the dopest in math. Like it just don't work like that. And so I think where people go wrong is, oh, I pray, I go to church. That has absolutely nothing to do with your physical body. Like you're not going to be physically fit because you pray every day and you read your Bible. Now, you probably are going to be dominant in the spirit realm. So what does that look like? Bro, people call me, and I say this with all due respect, but people call me and I pray with you and stuff happens. Why? Because I'm strong in prayer. Why? Because that's all I was doing was praying. So I was connected to God in a way that somebody who ain't praying not gonna be connected to God, right? And there were certain character things I was doing that I felt like accentuated that. But I was broke. Why? Because I wasn't going to class. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't structured. Like when it comes to money, I was never a person that balanced a checkbook. So I didn't know how much money I had or how much money was gone. Like I didn't know. And so I think that's the biggest challenge. People feel that because they're strong in an area or a couple areas, that those areas are supposed to spill over into the other areas, and they don't. And I'm telling you, when I start dealing with stuff like confidence, self-esteem, procrastination, you know what I'm saying, being more aggressive, being more demanding, I started to see doors open for me that did not open before when I wasn't demanding, when I was kind of passive, or when I was kind of waiting on other people to do stuff for me that I probably should be doing for myself. I began to see myself grow. And this is why I like the assessment, because the assessment showed me, bruh, if you strong as a flight attendant, oh, here's all the stuff you can expect. You can expect a very social, fun life. You can't expect to make money. That area has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with experience. It has everything to do with having fun. It has everything to do with having a bunch of friends. It has nothing to do with killing a giant. That's high pilot, that's air traffic control. So for me, I just realized that give yourself a pat on the back, give yourself a certificate. You have been dominant in one area. So in that area, you can look to get every blessing that comes from that area, but that area is not going to spill over to others. And I have to say this one. The most humbling experience, or one of the most humbling experiences I've ever had, was graduating from Michigan State University, whether it was the master's or the PhD. And here you are in a auditorium of a sea of people. There's thousands of people. They're all wearing different color tassels. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, whatever that thing is called, the academic regalia, everybody got different color on. And even in your department with the same color on is multiple disciplines. Mm-hmm. It was the first time in my life that I ever got something and realized what I had wasn't as much as I thought it was. I'm sitting in a room with people who are engineers, people who are in music, people who are in psychology, people who are just medicine. Like, you name the different departments, and I'm sitting in there like, yo, as much as you studied, as much as you know, it don't compare to what is known in this room. And that was one of those instances for me where I realized you walk into a school with this on, you about to get some pub. You go in the hospital, ain't nobody about to pay you no attention. You go into a lab, ain't nobody about to pay you no attention. This degree is very specific to this group of people, and you have knowledge in this particular area, but these are all the areas you don't know. And I realize I know, Carl, I know less than I think I really know. You know what I'm saying? Like, in terms of science and information, I have this much versus that much. And so I just think that's what it is. You pray, you think that's going to do everything. Or you know your Bible, you think that's supposed to answer everything. And it has a very specific use, and it cannot be transferred to every part of your life.
I keep thinking, because you're saying the Bible, and I keep thinking of the Bible, and I was like, yo, we so dumb, because we read the Bible and we miss that David was a warrior.
Yep.
Bruh, David was a man of God, but he was a warrior. Yep. David apparently was charismatic. He had a whole lot of women. Like, it ain't no one thing that you name a Bible character, bro. They got 3, 4, 5 accolades behind their name. He playing music, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So where do we get the idea that all you do is pray and everything works out? I'm just saying, me as a Christian have that idea. It ain't nowhere. Abraham had sheep and gold. So like, he was a shepherd. My man had gold and silver. The Bible tells you all this. He went to war and fought against the people that took the Sodom and Gomorrah lot. Go read your Bible. This ain't Bible study. But I'm just saying, there's so many different accolades behind every Bible, whoever guru that we want to talk about. But all we look at is pray. Study your Bible. Bro, that is a part, like you just said, it's a part of life, but you still got to do everything else. And I think the beautiful thing that God did was gave us the ability to do multiple things. Like, yes, a big part of it is like, yo, what's the definition of Christian? Somebody that obeys God, follows God, I respect God, I'm going to do that. But with that, he also gave you the brain and the freedom. He told Adam, yo, plant it and keep it. Like, I'm going to put you there, but plant it and keep it. I'm going to come look for you and talk to you, but still there's expectations that you do everything else. So I'm saying, as Christians, we got to see the other parts of the Bible and not just, all right, God, we lock in with you. Absolutely. That's their beginning point. That's ground zero. Now let's get to level 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, I think the crazy thing, E, we talked about it. I don't know if we were on the phone the other day, but you shot me a text and you alluded to it a little bit. You said, and I just thought about it in terms of what you said about being in order, right? What was in order for us in our 20s don't necessarily look, you know what I'm saying? Like,
nothing close.
You just said it. Yo, I could eat this in my 20s, in my 30s, and I promise you ain't had no issues. Now I'm eating it, and I'm like, overnight, I'm like, yo, what in the world? You know what I'm saying? It's like, so I guess there are those of us who, I always prayed like this. Like, I've been, you know what I'm saying? I've been doing this. I've been getting up, going to work. And now it's not working. How do you make that adjustment on the fly?
Well, it's not working. I'm just saying, it's not working. Like, I tell people
And
all
how
the
do you
time.
know it's not working?
Because it ain't working.
But also, you talked about patience.
Yeah, no, I know it ain't working because I had to get another size pants. I know it's not working. I know it's not working. I had to get the extra large shirt.
The 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 40, 42.
I had to change my belt out.
Yeah.
As Lee said, my belt out.
Yeah.
I had to switch it up.
That's forensic evidence.
Bruh, I'm just saying, it's evidence
First
that
48.
bruh, it's evidence that I'm not getting the same results that I used to get when I was doing it.
Yeah.
More no lifting weights. Bro, you don't increase the reps or the weight. Your body's gonna get accustomed to that part.
Yeah.
And so you ain't stretching yourself. And so I think that's what happens. It's like, and then I think what bothers us is that we put in so much effort and we really believe it's the effort that does we believe effort equal execution. And I'm telling you, if it's one area that I feel sorry for people, it's effort. Like, bruh, I feel so sorry for you. I'm like, bruh, I feel you. Like, you didn't went to work and you didn't put in 8 hours. I feel you. You feeling like I should get paid this, that. I had to tell somebody the other day, I was like, look, I'm not trying to be funny. If me and you both on the phone and you doing what I'm doing, I can't pay you for that. Because I can do that without you.
Yeah.
I don't need you to do that.
Yeah.
I need you to actually do something that I don't have the ability to do myself.
Yeah.
Bruh, but I feel you. You on the call every time. You give energy. You didn't read a devotional. You didn't wax deep. Yeah. Like, you're there. You handling your business. You are physically present. But the effort that you putting forth is not moving the needle in the way that you could make 6 figures. Now, you might need 6 figures, but what you're doing is not. And so I had to just realize, see, the worst thing a man could do is go to school for 180 days and still be failing. That's why I dropped out. My boy Bob made it clear. He's like, me and you both doing, he said it. He said, me and you both doing this. You going to school, I ain't going to school. We both getting the same results. He said, me and you both, our report card look just alike. You go on a regular basis. I ain't going none. Our report card is the same.
Wow.
And I was like, you know what? You're right. I need to drop out. Not that I need to drop out, but you're right. I'm putting all this effort, going to class, not necessarily selling drugs. I ain't bringing no guns to school. I ain't fighting with nobody. I'm a good human. But my grades don't reflect that.
So do you call that effort or is it motion?
Yeah, it was effort.
Because I mean, you know how some people think motion equals progress?
I was effort.
Nah, in your mind, it might have been.
I was doing my own work. I was reading the chapters. Like, I was putting forth effort. You know,
What was going wrong?
Effort. My focus more was effort. Like, I felt like I should at least get a C because I'm coming.
Now I'm with you on that.
I'm coming to the
Give me a
class.
C.
I'm showing
I'm
up.
So you think
something.
people, so people equal progress to showing up?
No,
You think just because you show up?
But effort. Like, I'm putting forth legitimate effort.
Yeah.
Like, I'm coming, I'm doing the test. Now, I'm not gonna say I did all the homework, but I participated in class, I read the books, I took the test. Like, I was literally there. Even with the homework, I gave it effort. I may not have known, so what I didn't know, I didn't do, but everything I knew, I did it. So if you gave me 20 questions and I knew 5 of them, I was gonna figure I got the 5 done. So I'm like, yo, I should at least get a C for effort. That's why I was going to school, Ma. I literally thought by showing up, I didn't go showing up thinking they was gonna fail me. I thought the charisma, the not getting in trouble, the putting forth effort, I really thought that was gonna put me in a situation where it was
And
gonna
it
give me a
did in
diploma.
high school. For me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being real. Like, at a certain
Well,
level.
you was killing some giants too. You was helping the football team win games.
But I'm just saying, what worked for me scholastically in high school did not then work for me in college.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't playing ball, and they was like, get your big sorry, you know what I'm saying, butt in here and take this exam. Where in high school, it was more of a, hey, let me make it do a little extra credit.
Yeah.
Like, we had a teacher who let us bring in the top pop cans. Just the little pop, yeah.
Extra credit.
Yeah, it's extra credit. You can go from an E to a C overnight.
And the teacher's getting 5 cents, a nickel. Getting a nickel on top.
Y'all didn't have Pop Tops?
No.
Not that we could bring in.
Not for no credit.
Not we could bring in for credit, no. Did we have access to it? 1,000%. Yeah,
I have to call Trent. Hey, Siri, call Trent. Y'all think I'm lying?
What would they do with that?
They
No.
would probably, I don't know what they would do with it.
Recycle?
I was about to
That's
call
all I
Trent.
could think. I was thinking maybe bring the bottle in and then go up to
I don't know
Walmart
what
or
he was
somewhere
doing with
recycle
that.
and
I don't know.
enjoy it.
Teacher was trying to get paid.
Yeah,
Let
I don't
me see
know.
if Trey remember.
But whatever was happening, he was getting extra credit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, what up?
Trey, you live on the podcast.
Oh, word. What's going on?
Hey, I don't even want to mess it up. Okay, listen. It was a class that we had. I'm going to just say it was a math class where if you was down to an E, you could bring these in. I think you had the class too, right? You could bring them in and it'll boost your grade up to a C overnight.
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah, Mr. Gash, bring the pop, this pop can tops in there.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
I went to the wrong school district. Mom,
They thought I was
would have
playing.
graduated.
Bro,
I would've graduated.
Super cum laude, dog. What's the point of that?
Listen, go ahead, Trey. What'd you say?
No, I was saying that was a class that had a waiting list right there.
Waiting list today.
What was he doing
Yeah,
with
what
the
was he
top?
doing?
Okay, well, I don't remember. What were we doing with the tops?
Bro, I don't know. It was some type of something for charity he did on the side, not even related to the school. I can't.
Oh, it was
I honestly
charity.
don't
Oh,
remember.
okay, yeah, it was charity.
Yeah, because he wasn't using like the pop brick, like bring them back,
No, you
take
remember
10
that, Mom,
cents.
back in the day, if you bring
Okay.
a top
All right.
thing from a cereal.
Yeah.
It was just
the
different.
box top
Yeah, the
thing.
box
Yeah,
tops.
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah,
it
no.
was different stuff like that, Mom. Back in the day, they used to do. Yeah. So,
Okay,
yeah,
all
not
right, Trey.
that, but,
That's it.
yeah.
I just wanted to verify.
Yeah, yeah. Congratulations, Trey.
Hey,
Trey, what you get in the
He
class?
said congratulations. What was your grade?
What was your grade?
Oh, C on the dot.
You did brought a couple of them grades.
I guess the only people doing it was if you was at a F or a D, right? Bring you to the C.
Yeah, because you already had a C, you ain't
You ain't doing it.
Bring
You
it
ain't
in
doing
with
it.
But
that.
if you had a B, you could explode to the A. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about a summa cum laude. Oh, man, y'all didn't have pot. Dang. Yeah, I'm talking about, but okay, so I'm saying, what worked there, now surely when I got to Michigan State,
Oh, no top.
I was like, wait a minute, y'all take this pop top? What you mean?
No extra credit.
I'm looking like, hey, what, a couple
No
pop
extra
tops?
credit, bro.
Right.
It wasn't no such thing as extra credit.
No
In
such
college?
thing.
No.
No such thing.
All right, so
Depending
Oh,
on the...
here we go.
come on, ball.
D2. D2.
I played D1. And so
D2 academically.
Yeah.
Let y'all do the pop bottle. D2 academically.
Come on.
yeah, so
What y'all bring back?
bruh, I just went to the football coach. Well, the football coach called me in one time after practice and was like, "Hey, King, man," he's like, "Hey, have a seat." I had a seat in his office. I'm like, "What I do wrong?" He's like, "Man, you surprised me, man. You know, you usually be on top of your grades." He said, "Yeah, I got to notice that you're getting an F in the class."
What class?
Sociology. That was actually my major, actually. And then he said,
Can't get an F in your
I know,
major class.
I know. I switched my major over to sociology. I was like criminal justice at first.
I thought you was African American studies.
That's my minor. Yep, African American studies was my minor.
That's good. See?
Yeah,
You had a minor?
yeah. Don't you have minors?
No.
Yeah, I mean.
No, we
I
ain't had no
did.
minor.
What? Michigan State got minors? I didn't have one.
You got a
We
major and a
minors.
minor.
You can.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah,
I
we
wasn't
ain't-
majoring enough to major to have a minor.
So major
bro.
was your minor.
Oh, bro, I promise you.
So yeah, African American studies was my minor because I went to schools that never taught African American studies, history. So I was like, yeah, let me learn this. But my coach told me I was failing the class. He said that my professor in that class happens to be his next door neighbor. He said, do me a favor, go to class, tell him Coach Ball said, introduce yourself. It was a big class, you know, about 200 people. So you introduce yourself, let him know you play football, and let him know that Coach Ball said if he could look out.
Period.
He said, say those exact words. I went to him, said those exact words. My man told me to come to this class
With the
tomorrow.
pop bottle tops.
No, not with the pop bottle, but he said with the book. And then I came and he gave me every single test that I had, and he let me do extra credit. He let me go from an F to an A.
Oh, so you did an open book test.
Open book test on every
that's
single test
fire.
that we
But
had.
Still, you
Yeah.
still got to.
You did your work.
Yeah, you still got to do
Nothing's
something.
more humbling than failing the open book test. I failed a couple of them joints. Yeah,
Bro,
bro.
they serious, bro.
Woo,
you still
I-
got to know.
You gotta
still
know
got to
the
know the
stuff.
You gotta know how to
chapters and stuff.
maneuver. Yeah, because it's
you
like,
still got- it's a
'cause
lot
it
in
ain't
there.
right
Thank you.
there.
It's a big book.
Yeah, it's
That's
not right
humbling,
It's a
though.
textbook.
That's
there. No,
humbling.
but he let me, I had
That's
to miss
humbling.
practice and the whole day.
I be,
Yep.
Bruh.
bro, I couldn't find that joint to
I'm gonna
save
tell
my
you
life.
this. I could pass tests. I don't think it was a knowledge problem. It was a timing. Anytime they put a time on it,
Got
bruh,
nervous.
bruh,
Start sweating.
bruh, you got 45 minutes. I'm like, bruh, how you know it's gonna take me 45 minutes to bring all this out my head?
The only thing I had in college is you could, if you sat behind somebody smart who had a good Scantron, Never mind. Look, who laughing? Jada. That's not funny.
They didn't know about that Scantron.
Let me tell you something. If you see the smartest girl in class and you look at your Scantron and it's going straight down, and you peek over there and she got the zigzag, you're done. You're done. Oh, you better go back and try to zig when she zags. Let me tell you something. Hey, they got hip to it though, because they started putting a light in the room that made the Scantrons disappear.
Really?
What? Yeah. Ain't that crazy?
Sick.
At the planetarium, they make you write in red. They give you a red pen and turn the red lights on.
So you
and you can't even see your own bubble barely.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I remember them doing it, but I remember them like mixing
Failed
up the
that
test.
class.
Giving the same test, but mixing it up and then handing it out. And so,
Oh, yeah. I've been bit. I see how they color-coded that. I was on their head with that. I was smooth on that. You know what I'm saying? You got to come better than that. Yeah. I see she got version 3. I know what version she
Yeah. I'm going to go sit with somebody with version 1.
Hey, listen, man. My degree said the same thing yours does.
Hey, well, here's the stupid question. How much of your degree are you using right now?
Well, I would say actually 100% of it, because I got my wife and E from Michigan State. So, you know what I'm saying? My real wife and my work wife. So I say I'm using 100% of it. In terms of the curriculum, not much.
0.
But that's okay, because again, I always say, especially now, I don't know how we got here, but like, college is a valuable tool for the soft skills in life. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you meeting people, relationship. Like I said, I literally met my wife and my work wife over here. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, we married.
The bird or the bee?
This is the bird. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you figured it out. He figured it out real quick.
Well,
He didn't know what one.
Oh, no, this is the bird.
Yeah, he didn't know which one was. I'm the
He a
eagle.
peacock.
Flamingo. Flamingo.
Oh, man. I forgot what we was talking about.
He was asking, do you use how much you use?
How much you use?
I actually use both of mine, my major and my minor. My minor, I'm African American. So
I use it every day.
I'm using that every day.
So African American, literally. I found out about my people and said, okay.
Well, as an African American Studies major, what did you think a few weeks ago about the Alabama?
Well, I was a minor.
Montgomery.
I wasn't a major. I was a minor.
The Montgomery, the new bus boycott that occurred. The boat boycott. No, I'm just playing.
I thought you were talking about Florida and saying that we benefited from slavery.
Oh, yeah.
How they changed the textbooks up down there, saying we benefit. I like to know.
Learn skills.
I like to
Depends on how you look at it.
I like to know how that's possible. But yeah, go for it, ball.
Oh, bro, no.
It's sociology.
Yeah, sociology, bro. We teach personal
What is sociology?
We teach personal development, bro. The study of people like cultures.
Yeah, human being.
Yeah.
That's what sociology is?
Yeah, sociologist, dog. Yeah.
So you're a sociologist?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just saying I study it. I'm working with people, different cultures. We got Make Real Estate Real Espanol coming out. You know what I'm saying?
No question.
We working with different people. Seriously. So working with different cultures and people.
So
understanding how people.
I forgot what I was going to say, but I'm back on track now. So what's working for you? Yeah, shout out to Francisco for sure. What's working for you in your 20s, 30s, 40s may not carry. What's working for you in your marriage when you first get married may not carry.
Can we say will not?
Can we get an amen?
Yeah, will not.
It will not. I don't want to give you no false.
Will not.
Yeah, it won't work.
So let me ask you this, because y'all up here, and y'all human too. What adjustments did you have to make from your 20s and 30s and your 30s to 40s?
For me, coming out of my preference. So like there's a natural way that I like to do things.
So this is in your 20s? Or is this from 30 to 40? I want to know, when did you make the transition? Like, what age?
So from 20 to 30, you got to grow up and stop. Like, I know you're clinging to being like youthful, like you want to be like, I'm young.
Yep.
Like I wanted to hold on to that, I'm young.
Yep.
To like, you got to be responsible. And it doesn't matter that young people, your peers, are tripping that you about to grow up. Because everybody, oh, you married, you got the ball and chain, oh, you got kids. It's like, no, bro, I'm growing up, I'm responsible. Oh, you at the bell tower, you doing that, you ain't doing this no more, you ain't playing video games like you used to, you ain't doing intramural football. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that, for me, that transition 20s to 30s, like, yo, you got to grow up, you know, and it can't be at an age. Like it can't be 30 or 40. Like Ma always talk about people talking about, I got time. It's like, no, you don't know how much time you have. So for me, if we stop in at 20s or 30s, that's what the 20s or 30s was for me. It's like, yo, who are you? Where did you come from? Like you need to really figure, like you need to go from a caterpillar to a butterfly. In essence, it's like you need to go through that metamorphosis and grow up. And when I was a child, kind of I spake as a child, understood as a child, behaved. But when I became a man, like 20s or 30s for me was like becoming a man.
Yeah, and I think that for me,
you didn't do 30s to 40s though, right?
No, you said
and
that.
then you get to go 40 to 50. You're the only one who can take us to the. You're the only one to take us to the top.
But that's not.
All right, 20s to 30s.
That's not kind of true. The way I think about it, when you say he's the only one that could take it there, my transition is always beforehand.
Yeah.
So a lot of people
he can go to the 60s.
Right, exactly. So yeah, that's true. He's the only one who can go to 60s.
I wasn't trying to take E to the 60s though.
But no, but you have to. But I think that the audience.
That's a good thing.
But the audience needs to really hear that.
Yeah.
Like if you can't transition if you're in your 30s to 40s, you can't prepare for your 40s when you get in your 40s.
Get to 40, yeah.
You have to.
Well, many are, but it's
that's
not
what
wise.
they do. That's why you're behind.
Yeah, right.
And that's why you always feel like
Yeah.
you got to prepare for your 40s and your 30s. Meaning you got to change the way you eat in your 30s to set you up for health in your 40s.
Yeah.
You have to, financially, you have to be in your 30s so that you're setting and putting money away, that this money is going to grow at X amount of dollars or these properties are going to be free and clear in the next 10 years. So you're setting yourself up. Yeah. So like everything that I'm doing right now is literally only based off of the position I'm in life is based off of my 30s and my 20s. What I'm doing right now in this very moment is for my 50s. I'm not doing nothing for my 40s right now. That's already been done. And I think that people need to understand that. People are always saying
okay, so what adjustments would you say, take you from right. What adjustments did you make from 20s to 30s and then 30s to 40s?
Yeah, so from 20s to 30s was like straight sacrificing. It was putting stuff away. It was investing in things that I would not get any appreciation from today, and it will set us up in our 30s and 40s. Mm-hmm. That was the main thing. I'm talking about investment accounts where you couldn't even touch it for maybe 10 years. I'm talking about putting money in properties and things like that. Yep. So 20s was really like sowing seeds, man. We didn't really do much in our 20s, meaning we didn't really live on the left side of the menu. Mm-hmm. Everything was like putting stuff away, investing and things like that. And so that was 20s to 30s. 30s to 40s was more so now, like that was more so reaping, right? That's when we started moving into the 20,000 square foot houses. That's when we started having the businesses and things like that, seeing the fruits of our 20s. But then we took that and then said, okay, how can we scale this, right? How can we scale these businesses that we have and things like that? So 20 to 30s was still, 30s to 40s was still scaling, but it was still on a larger level. So you kind of almost still doing the same thing, but you're kind of scaling at it. Mm-hmm. Right now, 40s to 50s, bro, is more so, I'm thinking more of health. I never understood. I was always lifting weights, but as you guys know, like now I'm more health conscious. Doctors every 6 months as opposed to going to the doctor once a year. Just because now the landscape changes when you're talking about health. Mm-hmm. And you start hearing about people having strokes and having heart disease and having
man, it's like as soon as you turn 40,
seriously,
it's just like, golly.
Yeah. And then you got to watch what you eat now. We were just talking about that before. I'm like, man, I've been eating vegan. Just because now you just can't go eating a steak all the time and you can't go eat. Oh, come on, Didi. Yep. Yep. So because I heard y'all talk about it. The food really is like, that's where health starts at. It's really what you eat. It is. And so, but now at your 20s, you ain't thinking about that. You're just eating fast food. Your 30s, you're like, oh, I'm straight. Now you hit them 40s, bro. You're like, no, let me really, because if I want to see, it ain't just making it to 60. It's about thriving in your 60s, bro. How many people see 60 that still just, they living, they alive, but they messed up?
Or 70s, I see it.
Oh, bro, 70s don't even exist a lot of times no more, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or 80s.
But then you see some people just bouncing around. You be like, dang, they still
So I already
down.
know I got the workout thing. I got that. Y'all know from just seeing me all these years, I'm going to be working out in my 60s, 70s, and 80s. It's set up for that.
Yeah, no question.
But I saw the hole in my game in my 40s was my eating. And I wasn't never a bad eater. Like, I'm not out here just, but I wasn't a healthy eater either. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't bad, but I wasn't healthy. So I'm like, okay, in order for me to really get longevity and really, I got to eat.
And again, it's what C said. You use regular oil when the car is new.
Yeah.
You start using synthetic as the car gets older.
Yeah.
So it's not, no, you can't use synthetic when it first come out. It's not, it doesn't need it. But the more wear and tear you put on the engine, that you have to switch the oil up and the type of oil. So yeah, no.
Man, I'm just literally thinking as y'all are talking, 20s to 30s was interesting because if I were to summarize it, I'd say survival. And for me, survival, not necessarily, we ain't had no money, that's a part of it, but I'm saying survival in the sense that I am from Barbados, living in this country, not knowing a lot, trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? My brother is here. This all we got. We ain't got no real income. We just trying to survive. We on student visa, so we can't really work. So it's like we really don't have nothing. So we just like literally just surviving, trying to figure out how to get this thing to work. Maul, not on the same level you are in terms of finances, but understanding that education for us was that's where we are now. Like we're here, we're getting schooling, and we believe that at some point this is going to pay off in our future. So it was survival, just getting through. I got married at 27, so that kind of crosses over into 30, but that's the shift where now it's, okay, it's not only about me now. So it's like there's something bigger than me that I got to start putting things in place for. So getting married, of course, it's a real, everybody here could talk about that, but it's a real shift. Like, yo, there's another human being that's connected to me now forever, right? So I would say in that 30 to 40, it's just like, okay, I got to learn how to do things for us, not just what Carl wants anymore, not just survival, not just selfish. It's more like us. And of course, that's us connecting. What was I when we connected? I don't remember, but it had to be mid-20s probably, because y'all were there when I got married.
Oh, yeah.
So it had to be mid-20s. So like all this is growing in the process and we're developing. I'm still trying to think through 30s and 40s because it was us. It was grinding. It was work. I don't know for Carl that it was as strategic as like, yo, this phase of my life, this is what I was doing. It was just going with we were sacrificing. We were building. It was that. But now, just to be honest, as Maul talked about preparing, man, as 40s now, I'm really thinking about, and you're going to laugh, see, confidence. Like, dude, it's the thing that you didn't have in all of those. And I'm saying that's the missing piece for me to accomplish everything else that I'm looking for. Yep. It ain't a lack of skill. It ain't a lack of faith. It ain't a lack of nothing else. It's just a building my confidence. So that's the piece. And that's why, for real, I'm going to just say stuff out here now, I promise. I wore my beard this weekend. It's all gray. But I'm just like, I'm not thinking about stupid things no more. I think I wore green socks the other day. Like, why am I tripping on all that? Like, if that you got a problem with it, but I'm intentionally doing things to put me in that spot where I ain't thinking about what nobody think no more.
What I text you the other day, too.
Which one?
Well, I text Carl, I just said, bro, you the GOAT.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to believe it, though. For me, man, my 20s, I had two different eras of my 20s. So it's pre-ET and post. But I would say my 20s, like I was locked in on like trying to blow us up, but I was so locked in that I don't know that I enjoyed the process much, especially after I moved away from y'all. And so I think the adjustment that I made going into my 30s was like, yo, start enjoying this. Like, you know what I mean? Even though everything ain't perfect, because y'all know me, I was going hard. Like staff meetings, I'm like pissed. I'm like, everything was like urgent, and it was like I wasn't taking time to enjoy where we were. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think Maul, you know, taught us that too, right? Like you got to live in it, right? Yeah. So going into my 30s, just learning to enjoy the process a little bit more, and then going to my 40s, for real, man, just like execution on the highest level. Like I really wanted to become like a sniper. Like you talk about being a sniper. It's like I wanted like my adjustment. Like I really wanted us to be dominant. Like I wanted us to, like everybody in our crew. Every time, Carl, you was with me the other day when I went and spoke in Miami. I wanted to get on stage and make you proud.
Bruh,
you know what I'm saying?
We ain't talk about that, but let me just be real with you. And I told C, that's the best I've ever heard. C, and I hear C, bro, I'm talking about all the time. And he went on that stage, and I just sat there. I'm talking about me and Candace and I are talking about how good he was, his wife. Like, yo, we laughed at every joke. There's moments where it's like, you almost teary-eyed. Like he did. It was such a mastery of commanding the room. So what you're saying in terms of being a sniper, bro, I saw that. Like he executed at a high level.
Yeah, and that's what I want to be in my 40s. Like I want us as a unit. Like honestly, not on no type of competition stuff, but I want when people look at us to be like, Oh yeah, no. They
different
hear,
level.
Yeah,
like they
it's a standard.
hear, and I especially felt a certain way because E wasn't there. So I was like, I'm about to rep E, like, because everybody know, oh, that's E right hand.
Yeah.
And I don't do a lot of public speaking outside of our own forums. So you got a lot of people there who may not even know who I am.
Yeah.
So I did feel the need to rep, but like that's what I'm locked in on my 40s is like, yo, domination and like making sure we hit that highest level is important to me. Which shout out to my brother here. I texted him, he was the GOAT. Special announcement. Carl and I, along with the help of Dave, have started a podcast course. Everybody, that's the number one question I get asked these days, man. Like, yo, how do you do the pod? Can I do the pod? And I told Carl, I said, bruh, we got to do this, man. We got a lot of people who listen to us who are either doing podcasts, thinking about a podcast, want to do a podcast. And we came up with My 7-Figure Podcast.
Yeah,
right?
I like
That's the name of it.
Yep,
My
.com. My
7-Figure
figure, and 7 the number. My 7-figure
My
podcast.
7figurepodcast.com. Listen, I don't even want to take no credit. I'm going to give the credit to Carl. I was in there. I got modules, videos in there. But when I tell you the course is phenomenal and flawless, I filmed all my parts. We did our thing. And then when Carl gave it back to me, from top to bottom, it is the most comprehensive podcast course on the market. You'll find everything from how do you get started, how do you shoot and edit your videos, cameras, lights. And the thing I love about it is Carl went through that joint and made it for the startup person who on a budget. Like, look, all I got is my iPhone and a desk at home.
No excuse.
All the way to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 camera shots and all this crazy stuff that we got. And so my7figurepodcast.com, this is the first time Carl and I have ever jointly released something on behalf of the squad. And it was fun working with you, bro. I felt like we had our rhythm back. Because I don't, Carl, he's big time now. So he don't do slides for me and stuff like that
Hey,
anymore.
own that, man.
But,
I'm saying, tell him I've been big time. That's like, come on, where the confidence at?
Well, we used to have to talk a lot because, it was like, oh, he's editing TGIM and we're going back and forth. Or like, I got to speak and we got slides or stuff like that. So I don't have as many built-in reasons to talk to Carl. So like, man, we locked in for the past few months, man, and the course is phenomenal. So anybody who's even remotely considering, or if you know somebody who's considering, buy it for them, send it to them as a gift. My7figurepodcast.com is live right now.
I'll give y'all a cheat. One thing that I have not seen a lot of courses, like we have an entire legal section in there.
Come on.
Like, again, everybody tell you, do this, do that, do that. But how do you protect yourself? How do you protect your business? How do you protect your content? That's important. You don't want to just put your stuff out there and anybody else could take it. So as a part of building your whole brand, we ain't talking about just a podcast. As a part of building your brand, you want to understand how to protect it. Man, we got some AI stuff in there. It's a lot, y'all. It's over 50 videos. And then that's the cake. The icing is now you're in the community with people that are serious about building this.
Shout out to everybody who already signed up. We already had our
first call a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we had our first meetup. It was phenomenal. So once you join, it's also a monthly call. I'm on there. We answered every question. Myself, Dave, and Carl, we were on there answering questions. So shout out to everybody in the community. Look forward to y'all joining us and rocking with us too. Our next call will be coming up soon. So as soon as you sign up, you'll get all of that information. My7figurepodcast.com. Yours truly, Carl and C. We appreciate y'all. Also, man, for those of y'all who've been checking out the Patreon, y'all keep rolling in. Thank y'all for that.
Come on.
It's phenomenal. Patreon has been hilarious. It's fun. It's literally, we over there living.
I want them to know to come over because, everybody's asking about, the business, activation. So I didn't want to share. I intentionally didn't share my, 40s, but I want y'all to come over because that's what I'm going to talk about. In the book, I talk about I'm a businessman. And I want to just talk about the infusion of the spirit, the soul, the businessman, all of that. I want to talk about like how I really went into money, you know what I'm saying? Like, C and I, he can talk about it, but like me talking to him like, hey, C, I've been this to the world. Now I got to be this to the world. You know what I'm saying? So come on over.
We're about to go
there.
shoot that right now. Patreon, man. Go check us out. The devotional. UOU 365.
And you do.
Live and direct.
You do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every single day.
You do.
So y'all be on the lookout for everything we got going on, man. Anybody got any other announcements? Maul, you got any other announcements?
Nah, bro. Just living life, man.
You good?
Yeah.
E?
No announcements, man. I'm just trying to tell y'all, for those of you who are struggling to turn potential into power, you know, Carl, you gotta don't just go to the book. Don't cheat yourself. Get in the community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of times when you struggle, you're gonna struggle when you by yourself. And the only way that you not gonna struggle is if the boat pull up and everybody, the community jump off.
I thought you were gonna say if everybody jump off and start fighting.
I'm just saying, if they jump off, if the community jump off and support you. So you need support from the community.
And you only feel awkward because you standing by yourself. Like, I'm just being real. Like, if you somebody out there, I'm just gonna use a dumb example, but you blue, like your skin color blue, and you not in, what a movie name, Avatar? Like, you look stupid. Like, you looking around like, yo, I don't fit.
Yeah.
Everybody in here blue. So I'm just saying, the gcguide.com, come in, because we are, like, the goal is, man, like, to help you to understand you and go out here and crush it, because I know who you are. And I know the skill set that you have, and I'm saying, if you implement that, it's a wrap. We about to change planet Earth. So yeah, the gcguide.com.
Right.
Love it. The gcguide.com. We out of here. We love y'all. We'll see you next week.
Go.
I want you to focus on here right now. Don't you worry about when you get home. You concentrate on this opportunity. You don't worry about tomorrow. You concentrate on this opportunity with all your might, with all your soul, with all your heart.
Thank you so much for rocking with us as always, right? We don't take it lightly, guys. And we hope that we've provided transformation and not just information. We want you to become the best version of yourself. All right, make sure you check out the show notes to access all the important links and get your product discounts. Now, one favor we're asking of you, do us this favor. Make sure you subscribe and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. We want to know your feedback on how we can serve you better. And if there's anyone that you think can benefit from listening to this show, please, I'm begging you, please share it with them. And remember, as E always says, if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful.